In the UK, we've been having a lot of very strange protests lately, all for great causes. However, the protests themselves haven't been quite, productive, shall we say. We've had people gluing themselves to the streets, people standing in the middle of motorways. Here's a clip of people almost being hit by a truck, if I can find it.
She's going.
There are some crazy things that have been happening with these protests. Today on TikTok, I saw someone who glued themselves to the top of a police car. And the guy on TikTok was going, "You can't park there, sir." The police officer going, "Yeah, I don't know what to do about that." It's crazy. And a lot of them seem to target the actual lorry drivers, which is the one thing we have a shortage of pretty much in this country. The main thing we have a shortage of. They're the ones that are getting attacked, so they can't even do their job. Lovely. To jump into it, really, Just Stop Oil, which is one of the, a big organization right now doing a lot of protests, such as sitting in front of trucks and lorries and stopping them from getting to where they need to go. Today, they went to the National Gallery in London and threw tomato soup over Van Gogh's Sunflowers masterpiece. First things first, obviously this is protected by a bit of, it's called like a plexiglass or whatever. So, really pointless piece of vandalism. I mean, you're gonna probably see jail time for this because it's vandalism. But it's two people were arrested for criminal damage and aggravated trespass before officers began debonding their hands. They had glue to the wall. Winds me up so much because you can tell they were really like preparing for this. Like they had it in their head. From the minute they walked in there, they knew exactly what they were doing. Like they thought this out big time. The National Gallery said there is minor damage to the frame of the painting, but the work is unharmed. Minor damage to a painting like that, I can imagine, could run you some hefty costs. Luckily, it's just the frame, not the actual painting itself. One of the activists involved said, "What is worth more, art or life?" The crazy thing is here, just like they're Just Stop Oil. Some of the things they like are protesting like for and against. Most people will not disagree with you. I don't understand why they feel the need to like go this hard on things that like the general public care about. It doesn't provoke us to think more about their cause. It just makes us think, what are these children doing? Why do they think vandalizing things that like people care about is going to make them care more about your cause? If you just spoke about your cause more, people might actually be more inclined to like be interested and try and help. It is very strange. Today is the 14th day of demonstrations linked to the group, which wants the government to stop issuing all new oil and gas licenses. The group's activists have been blocking roads around Parliament. Let's have a look at that, shall we? Emergency vehicles blocked by Just Stop Oil protest. Oh, emergency vehicles. Granddad's heart failing? Quick call that. Can't call the ambulance. Just Stop Oil have sat outside them and glued themselves to the tires. Oh, look at that. Look at the state of this, man. Like, thing is though, what is this achieving? Why can't you just do like a normal protest? What is this achieving? Look how fed up they are. Like, why have we got to carry this fucking lump about, dude? Just do this normal stuff. What? But you have to block the road. That's what I don't understand. I hate this like road blocking shit. It's really pathetic. Oh, they changed their profile picture to tomato soup by any chance? Oh my god, dude. Are you that proud of that? A Just Stop Oil spokesperson said Just Stop Oil policy is and always has been to let blue light emergency services through. It was reported this morning that emergency services were blocked in Knightsbridge. In reality, one of our supporters directed an ambulance away from the roadblock and our supporters left the road to allow the fire engine to pass. Okay, but the point is you actually still manage emergency vehicles, so I don't... Anyway, we go back to the main story today. Police were told that more than 100 people have been arrested after a weekend of protest-related activity by environmental groups. Jesus, why can't we have normal protests? During the protest at the National Gallery, Miss Plummer, are you more concerned about the protection of a painting or the protection of our planet and people? I mean, yeah, I care more about protecting the planet and our people, but what did Van Gogh's painting have to do with that? Poor guy was never even a famous artist. He flopped through his entire life, cut his ear off, went through very huge like times of depression and self-doubt, and never really became anything in his lifetime, and his paintings grew to fame after his passing. What has he got to do with any of this? Like, what? He didn't do anything wrong. The cost of living crisis is part of the cost of the costs of oil crisis. Oil is unaffordable to millions of cold, hungry families. They can't even afford to heat a tin of soup, she added, brandishing a tin. Okay, clever, I guess, but at the same time, why Van Gogh's painting? Why not like target like number 10 Downing Street, the people that are causing this cost of living crisis and aren't helping it? Just chuck a bunch of cans of soup at that, like the front door or something. We've got a shit prime minister anyway, might as well. Gasps and exclamations of "oh my gosh" and security rang out from onlookers as the soup hit the painting. Where's this video actually? Oh, it hurts as well, man. The way they threw it at it is just, that hurt. They'd been practicing that throw prior as well. And then immediately, look, they go down, whip the paint out that they had hidden in their bras or their shoe, and then immediately put the glue on their hands. Could have just brought handcuffs, to be honest, and put onto one of those railings. And then, I mean, it looks like you've shit up the wall. I'm not gonna lie to you. It looks like you've shit up the wall. Oh, imagine just enjoying like a nice quiet day in a gallery. Someone does that to a Van Gogh painting. Why? Is this as if these things couldn't get stupider, dude? Like, what next? Literally, what next? Are we gonna start like sprinkling beans in the fucking Thames until it's 90% beans? Anyway, this has been my short little rant on this. I thought it was weird. Oh, there's a statement from the National Gallery. Hold up. After just 11 a.m. this morning, 2 people entered room 43 of the National Gallery. The pair appeared to glue themselves to the wall adjacent to Van Gogh's sunflowers. They also threw a red substance, what appears to be tomato soup, over the painting. The room was cleared of visitors and police were called. Officers are now on the scene. There is some minor damage to the frame, but the painting is unharmed. 2 people have been arrested. Now, that happened 10 hours ago. I saw that this happened 5 hours later. Van Gogh's sunflowers back on display after oil protesters threw soup on it. Good job. Like, whatever you were trying to achieve has achieved nothing. You have got your 15 minutes of fame. Nobody cares more about this crisis because of this. And if anything, people will care about this crisis as it affects them and people around them. That's usually how these things go. So trying to throw fucking soup at a Van Gogh sunflower painting doesn't make any sense. I'm sorry that he wound you up so much. But yeah, it's back on display now, so all good. If you are in London, you can go visit it. No problem. You might smell a bit of tomato soup in the air. That's that video. Yeah, weird fucking people out there. Let me know what you think in the comments.